One. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski with you here tonight. Presentation of preseason girls basketball. It is the Veterans Day Classic here at Space Coast High School, where tonight you'll see the Space Coast Vipers coming off of a 17-win season, hosting the Merritt Island Christian Cougars, who also happen to be coming off of a 17-win season. The Vipers are led by Dr. Benny Shaw in his third year, and Merritt Island Christian led by Jay Castillo in his fourth season. Out there for the Vipers, who will be in the home white. Getting set to jump will be number 24, Lashia Walker. Also out there is Felicia Carroll. Number 20, Adriana Livingston. Number 4 is Layla Mangum. Bounce pass underneath. And number 14, Ariana Kitchen. A lot of returners on this team. 3 from the corner, off the side, no, off the back of the iron, I should say, no good. Follow-up is there, no good. Right now, Merritt Island Christian having a hard time blocking out, but they do come up with the rebound. And there's the player for Merritt Island Christian you're going to need to keep an eye on. That is Summer Snaith. Also out on the floor is number, well, it says 25. I don't have a 25, but a 23 is Kiana Montecalvo. Also out there is 21, Julia Rhodes. Number 3 is Carrie Shea. As Merritt Island Christian brings the ball across the half court, Felicia Carroll tries to strip. They do strip. Back down the floor. Kiss off the glass is no good. Ball tapped out. Hustle play by Mangum. Mangum gets the rebound. Bounce pass over to Carroll. Carroll to the elbow. Off the glass. Shot by Lashia Walker is good. And Space Coast is up 2-0. And how about the hustle play again by Ariana Kitchen stealing the inbound. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, it's 4-0. And down goes Summer Snaith. It's going to be an inbound here. Long inbound out to Kiana Montecalvo, and Snaith will bring it across the timeline. Back out to Snaith. Snaith, no call, letting them play. I like it. Inside and off the hands of Montecalvo, out of bounds, but the referee says Space Coast touched it last. 4-0, Vipers on top here in this preseason Veterans Day Classic. Bureau Beach defeated Rockledge in the game before this one. The first of 10 this year, Viper games on BSN. Down the floor and off the glass is no good right now. It's the follow killing the Vipers. Shot from 3, looks good, rolls in and out. Montecalvo with the rebound. She hands off to Rhodes. Rhodes has it knocked away, but Merritt Island Christian Cougars will keep it. 17-8 last season was Space Coast. 17-9 was Merritt Island Christian. The Cougars reached the FHSAA state tournament. Strength of schedule not there for Space Coast as Felicia Carroll with points 3 and 4 for her and 5 and 6 for her team. Inbound stolen again. Great press. And that 3 is nothing but the bottom of the net by Ariana Kitchen, who's had an outstanding first quarter. Kitchen steals the inbound again, or tries to, and it'll go off the hands of Carroll, out of bounds, and Summer Snaith. And Coach Jay Castillo up off the bench. I thought he wants a timeout. So he's going to take that timeout. We'll direct the camera this way and tell you about one of our primary sponsors here tonight, which is Orange Pest Control. We're just down the road here. Orange Pest Control was founded in 2013 by brothers Jonathan and Jason Robertson with one simple goal in mind: to protect families from unwanted pests and provide the best pest control in Brevard County. For more information or a free quote, visit www.goorangepest.com. Or if you need immediate service, call 321 631 1974. Timeout over. Coach Castillo has said what he wants to say. His team trails 9-0 here. 5:43 to go in quarter number one. This has just been all Space Coast to start this thing, as they have really given the Merritt Island Christian Cougars fits on the defensive side of the court here. And there you see Felicia Carroll right now all over the inbound pass. Snaith gets it across, but she is immediately double teamed, has the stop, and can't pick up the foot. She hands off. And the Merritt Island Christian will now inbound underneath of their own basket here in the corner. Easily stolen away. And the long outlet, the Kitchen. The kiss off the glass is good. And just like that, it's 11-0. Vipers on top. We'll be right back here Friday night for the football team as they will play in the SSAA 1A state championship game. Cannot wait to be back here to do that. Head coach Jake Owens and his team. Going to the chip. Oops, sorry. And there's another basket there. I'm trying to make sure my iPad won't pick up a signal in here, so I cannot tell. And again, it's stolen, and it's 15-0. Unbelievable defense on this press, and it's stolen away again. A whistle and a foul this time. That's going to be called on Carroll. And listen, this is the team that Benny Shaw is developing. These are young players. They were young last year and started at the varsity level. I mean, you talk about a player like Felicia Carroll, just in the 8th grade. Adriana Livingston, a sophomore. How about Kitchen? Kitchen's just a freshman. So this is a core group of girls here. And Lashia Walker is checking out right now, just a freshman. This is a core group of girls. It's going to be very good for a long time for Dr. Shaw. And it's going to be a lot of fun to cover here in the next couple of years, because this is the team that I promise you in a couple of years is going to be playing for state championships. Mark my words. This team stays together. Dr. Shaw stays here. Yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. And knocked out of bounds. Stolen away again. And Kitchen can't get the bounce. Out of bounds. It'll stay. Space Coast ball. If I could give you a baseball analogy, back in 2013, Sports Illustrated did an article. Off the glass, no good. They did an article on the Houston Astros, and that article said, the headline, the front page on that was, look it up, said 2017 World Series champions. Carroll drops it in again. If I could do something similar, I would say you're 2029 4A state champs. 2028 4A state champs. 27-28. They play in an unbelievably tough classification. So these girls are going to have to get extremely good to win a state championship. Lake Highland Prep, no joke. Palm Bay couldn't beat them the last couple of years. But that's the kind of core type of talent Dr. Shaw has here. And I was curious to see this year, if this core group of girls would be back playing together this year, and here they are. Inbound, 3:17 to play in the first quarter. It's been all Space Coast, 37-0. Out of bounds. Now, Dr. Shaw knows that the schedule he put together last year was for an extremely young team and one that wasn't conducive to strength of schedule despite winning 17 games. He knew that this was a team that wasn't going to make the state tournament, maybe an outside chance of doing so. But this year, it's turned the schedule up a notch, playing in some tougher tournaments. And this is a team that if they win 17 more this year, they'll be in that 4A tournament, and they'll get a good taste of what the future holds for them. Because they'll go in this year more than likely as a 6, 7, maybe an 8 seed, and they'll be forced to play. We're going to end this stream after the first quarter. This is terrible. My apology. We may end this stream on a timeout and come back with a straight Facebook Live. I apologize. But we may end this stream between quarters and come back with a straight Facebook Live. I'm having some signal issues in here tonight. I don't normally get those signal issues here, but I am tonight. So we're just going to come back with a straight Facebook Live after the first quarter. And nice job saving that one. And here comes Felicia Carroll down the floor, and that'll be a block, not a charge. 2-shot foul coming up. Now, this is where they struggled last year. Dr. Shaw and I talked about that, shooting free throws, but that's not something that's just isolated here. If you've ever heard me deliver a basketball broadcast, you know my frustration level with high school free throw shooting. It's got progressively worse over the last 8 to 10 years and off the back of the iron. And it's really something that if there is a team out there that shoots the basketball really, really well at the charity stripe, then they can really do some damage if they've got that type of talent where, it is going to be the difference in a game, free throw shooting. Shot, and that is well short as Merritt Island Christian looks to try to score a point here in the first quarter. It's 17-0 with 2:09 to play in the opening quarter. It has been all Space Coast Vipers, and they have done it converting transition off the press. That is number 15 out there. I do not have a number 15. So this is preseason, so we may have some players out here that are, I don't know, we'll see. Have to rebound. That time by Zanaya Smith. I mean, this team lost one key contributor from last year. Out of bounds. And set to inbound the ball will be Layla Mangum. Mangum, Carroll. Number 15 back to Carroll. Over to Mangum. He's telling her, move, let's go. Mangum for three, too hard. Whistle, and a foul, says Clifford Lett. Good first quarter by the refs. Let them play, good pace. This will be Summer Snaith. On the floor, it's Summer Snaith, Carrie Shea. Actually, it's going to be Space Coast ball, it looks like. Mr. Lett telling them, let's go, back this way. So it's actually a free throw attempt. My bad. 18-0. And to the free throw line will go Kiana Montecalvo to shoot what I think, my goodness, is that loud. And that's what they put the box on the board for. And that is the first point of the quarter for Merritt Island Christian. It's 18-1. Montecalvo. Lett gives her the ball back. And again, it's off the back of the glass. And again, that's why they put the square on the board. And it's 18-2. Carroll underneath, great feed. And a great finish underneath by Adriana Livingston. And Merritt Island Christian with a good press break that time. And you can't stand there with it. And ball taken away by Felicia Carroll. Carroll step back three, no good. Rebound underneath by Merritt Island Christian's Julia Rhodes. And set to inbounds going to be Layla Mangum. 57.7 seconds to go. I'm going to check the stream. Leave a comment if the stream is lagging on you. I know we hit a rough patch there, but if the stream's going pretty good, I'll leave it. But please leave me a comment if you would do that now. It's the only way I'll know. I'm by myself tonight. .35 seconds to go. That's it. That's how you do it. But unfortunately can't get it to go. It's got to be 3 passes and shoot. And this is Carroll. And Carroll gets the roll. And it's 21-2. Felicia Carroll with about 10 in this quarter. That shot won't fall. Whistle and a foul. Coach Carroll's telling her right now, shoot the ball. Got to shoot the ball. And Montecalvo goes back to the line, and she's 2 for 2 with the bounce off the back of the glass. So let's see if she does it again. She tried, missed, came up short, hit the back of the iron. She's now 2 for 3. Checking in is going to be Michaela Angstad checking in. Angstad will hang out back here. Watched her brother play for the Cougars on Friday night on the gridiron. That time she missed them both. Snaith with the hustle board, but they're going to have to hurry. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Snaith gets it back. What a move by Summer, but to no avail. And that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Space Coast 21 and Merritt Island Christian 2. Let me check the signal, and I'll be right back here on Brevard Sports Network. Well, I guess nobody commented that the stream was bad, so I guess it's good. 21-2 here. 7:57 to play in the first half. As Snaith had it tapped out of her hand 3 times and still ends up with it. Baseline dribble. Nice play by Summer Snaith. Snaith gets the baseline 2, and it's 21-4. Snaith steals it this time. Merritt Island Christian coming out hot in the second quarter. That's a whistle and a foul. And to the line will go Carrie Shea to shoot 2. So it's Space Coast with the hot, or Merritt Island Christian with the hot start here in the second quarter. Shea at the line. Technical foul. I'm not sure who the technical was called on. I think the technical foul was, I think they called it on Blue, he said. So that shot is missed. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. And the second free throw is good, and it's 21-5. Yeah, this is a technical foul on Merritt Island Christian. So I did hear that correctly. Felicia Carroll will shoot these technical shots, and because it's a technical foul, Space Coast will get the basketball. So 7:35 to go. And Carroll with nothing but net on that one. And Space Coast to get the ball here. Up by 17 with 7:35 to go in the second quarter. And there's a pull-up shot, no good. And the follow is, and it's 24-5. Nice job there by Shia Walker. And Carroll nearly had her another inbound steal. I tell you what, she's got a nose for the ball. (24-5) is our score. 7:19 to go in the first half. That three looks good. In and out, in and in. 27-5 now. Great looking three, stolen away. And how about this? How about Ariana Kitchen with 5? And it's 29-5. And the lead is 24. Dangerous pass, but it connects. Gives it to Snaith down the line. Underhanded, no good. Rebound out to Walker, and she'll take it coast to coast, and it's 31-5. Timeout. On the floor, says Jay Castillo. I'm going to check the comments again. You like this little new handy thing we got here? This little, these are courtesy of Ron Lighthall, these little graphic things we got here. Hey, they're pretty cool, aren't they? Look at this. Look at this, would you? Huh? Kind of digging it. All right, I won't make you all dizzy. All right, let me check these comments. So bear with me here. Let me make sure the stream's good. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, I guess we're all right. All right. Flip it back. There you see on your screen, Zone 6-7 V7. We thank them, and of course we want to thank Uberzati. Tell you about Uberzati coming up. 31-5 is our score. Not a close one by any means here. Space Coast starting strong here in their preseason Veterans Day Classic. Stolen away beautifully. And the follow is good as Layla Mangum with 2 more, and it's 33-5. There's an easy one off the glass for Julia Rhodes. Long three is nothing but net from Mangum. 36-7 now. Wow. Stolen again. And again, they convert 38-7. Coach Castillo wants another timeout. That time it was done by LaShia Walker. Space Coast just running away with it here. They may get to run the clock here tonight. Certainly looks that way, doesn't it? There you see Coach talking to his players. And once again, we want to thank Ubrzati, now one of our core sponsors here on BSN. Ubrzati has been with us since day one here on BSN, and we just simply couldn't be more grateful for, Tim Stockton, Bo, and the entire Mike DeVinny, the entire gang at Ubrzati has believed in our mission and our core values since day one. And yesterday had a great conversation with Tim and some big things, some really big things in the future. And I know you hear that a lot, but I promise you there are some things coming for both Ubrzati and Brevard Sports Network and coming together to do some really incredible things. And we couldn't be happier to be a part. But don't forget, Ubrzati's not for the casual athlete. It is a scientifically developed set of protocols that have evolved over the last 20-plus years. So if you're a serious athlete looking to get stronger, looking to get faster, quicker, well, Ubrzati's where you want to be. Check them out online at www.ubrzati.com. Down, and that looked like a travel. Yep, double dribble. 5:15 to go. The lead is 31. Now, you can't. It has to be at least a 35-point lead at halftime to start the second half with a running clock, but we are certainly on our way to that. The lead is 31 right now, and Space Coast just is not letting up. And there you see what I mean. Pull up three by Mangum, way short. That's the kind of thing that Dr. Shaw won't. No matter what the lead is, he's gonna tell you to look for the pass. He is, NBA experience, all of it. Just a superb basketball player in his day at UCF. Some time in the NBA as well. And Snaith is underneath. And the lead is back to 29. Off the back of the iron, no good. Whistle and a travel. Checking back in is LaShia Walker. LaShia is a force. I mean, she is a force. See her there on the elbow. This is Ariana Kitchen. She can move it. Shot no good. Forced that time, but there is Walker. And Walker, just great ability underneath the basket. And it's 40-9. Snaith. Long corner pass. That shot is no good. And the rebound. Here comes Walker. She'll take this coast to coast. She's got a nice touch. Missed it that time, but her follows is no good. Walker battling it. Wins it. This is Ariana Kitchen with the pull up. No good. And this time coming away with it will be Julia Rhodes. Rhodes nearly lost the grip on it. Kitchen. And the coach is going to take another timeout. And look, this is what makes Jay Castillo such a great coach. look, he knows he's not going to win this basketball game tonight, but what he knows is that he doesn't like what he sees at a certain time. This is a preseason game. This is where you get these things fixed. And that's what Coach Castillo is doing right now. He's getting these things fixed. Because this is a team that's going to compete. They're going to play well this year. They got a chance to win another 15 games. Now, obviously, Coach will tell them not like playing like this, but they do. And Castillo he's one of the best. So you saw him right there see something he just didn't like and, took the time out to fix it immediately. Not wait, fix it now. Snaith hit on top of the head, and that'll be a turnover. This is number 15, who I don't have a name for. She has her shot blocked. But the rebound tracked down by the Lady Vipers. Whistle, and that's going to be a foul as Jaliyah Anderson battled for it and gets it. Not enough to put him at the line yet, but this is number 15 inbound. And again, I apologize. I don't have her number. That shot won't, and it does drop. Catches the backside of the iron and comes back, and it's 42-9. That shot by Zaniah Smith. Or no, check that. I'm sorry. That was by Victoria Johnson. Victoria Johnson with the bucket. Good hustle play there. As 2:58 to play. Rhodes with a long three, and nothing but the bottom of the net. And it's 42-12. Space Coast trying to match a three there, won't happen. Nearly threw it away, but a good job by 15, who's going to take a three, and that nearly dropped. In and out, no good. Rebound to Carrie Shea, whose sister graduated last year. Bounce pass underneath, shot is up, and that's for 5 straight for Merritt Island Christian. And away we go. Blocked, and here comes the Cougars again, and stepped on the ball. That's dangerous, but it is, oh, what a crossover move. Beautiful play by LaShia Walker, and it's 44-14. The lead is 30 now with $1:56. They'll play in the opening half. That's a three, no good. Rebound, number 15. And she'll fire up a three off the glass. That's a Butte Clark, 47-14. 90 seconds to go. Trying to get to that running clock to start the second half. And that time Walker will steal it away. Three. Nope. Air ball. 1 minute to play in the half. Stolen away by guess who? LaShia Walker wasn't looking. Snaith steals it back. 45 seconds. Snaith underneath. Won't get it to go. 15 with the rebound. She'll ring it across the timeline herself. Pass underneath. Off the glass. Yes, indeed. 49-14. And right now, it is a running clock to start the second half. The lead is 35. Three is good. And it's back to 32 with 14 seconds to go. 10 seconds. No good, and that will take us to the end of the first half with your score. Merritt Island Christian 49. Space Coast 49, Merritt Island Christian 17. If the girls don't have music in the background, then we can watch. But if they do, I have to mute it. What a first half by Space Coast. That's great. Man, what a great halftime talking to athletic directors Micah Rockwell and Steve Slentz from both. Apologize for starting back late, but we are officially 1 point away from a running clock here. It's a 34-point lead. A bucket and the clock run. Is that it? Yes, it is. Running clock. So, 54-17, third quarter action. Here we go. A whistle and a foul, but the clock. And the clock, 6:30 and running. Merritt Island Christian lost a lot from last year, and Space Coast brought back just about every major contributor. So, tapped underneath. Once again, we want to thank Ubrzati. And bring in another one of our core sponsors, Tales from the Barkery. Tales at the Barkery, I should say. Tales at the Barkery. Merritt Island Christian with the basketball. Stolen away by Kitchen, who had whistle to charge. I saw Calvin and his crew in the game before this one. They did a terrific job. This crew's doing a terrific job. Up, rushed the shot and came up short. I'll tell you what, Julia Rhodes and Summer Snaith are certainly two players Coach Castillo can develop his young talent with this year. 4:54 to play, 54-19. Space Coast on top. 3-point shot from the corner is no good. And right now, if I had to pick a player of the game, I would say LaShia Walker and Felicia Carroll, and all of them, really. I mean, Mangum has done a great job. So has Iriana Kitchen. It's been an outstanding team effort. And I will tell you this. Last year, a little younger, one thing I noticed was, now that obviously a running clock will kind of mask this a little bit, but in some of the games I saw last year, when even in games when they were up big, and this is just youth and inexperience, but you would see frustration set in, and you're not seeing that this year and on anything. And I think that's a very good sign for Space Coast. And that is good. Nice job. Nice finish by Iriana Kitchen. 3:43 to go. And the pass is intercepted in the middle by guess who? Over to Carroll. Back to Walker. And it's 58-19. Space Coast on top. Yeah, it's a good tune up here tonight. I think for both teams. I mean, I know Merritt Island Christian hasn't, they're not in this game score-wise, but, the girls in the bench are into the game, and they're playing hard, and you know what you got in terms of what you move forward with. So, listen, this is what preseason is for. 58-21, 37-point lead for Merritt Island Christian. The ball goes out of bounds as two players will check in, but that will not stop the clock with 2:35 to play in the third quarter. We will have about a 2-minute break, and then we will immediately jump to quarter number 4, where the 8 minutes will go very quickly. Nice bounce pass inside. Good defense by Snaith, preventing the turnaround shot. This is Kerry Shea with it. Shea over to Rhodes, back to Shea. Long three is good. I'll tell you what, Julia Rhodes has hit quite a few of them tonight, and it's 58-24. Carroll for three, and her three is an absolute thing of beauty, and it is the 61-point mark for Space Coast. 61-24. 37-point lead again. Rhodes, nice pass underneath the Snaith, who turns and drops. 61-26. It's what you want to see. This is Carroll again. Off the side of the backboard, and the rebound to Kiana Lewis. Lewis gives it to Shea, and she'll bring it up. Felicia Carroll at the timeline waiting for her. Another good pass. Well, not a good one, but a high one. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. 61-26 is our score. Dr. Benny Shaw hasn't got off the bench one time tonight, so you know that things are going well. And a whistle and a foul. And to the free throw line will go Zanya Smith, but that won't stop the clock. First free throw is no good. 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Second free throw will roll in, and that'll likely take us to the end of the third quarter. 36-point lead at the buzzer, no good. At the end of three, 62-26, Space Coast on top. Getting set for the Tails at the Barkery, fourth quarter here, as Space Coast leads this thing by a lot. 62-26, 8 minutes to go, and that's a straight 8 minutes as the clock is running. Carroll with it. Over to Anderson. Shot is no good. Follow, though, is. Nice job by Victoria Johnson on the follow. That's her 8th point of the night. And it's 64-26. Space Coast well in command. Whistle and a travel. Want to thank all of our great sponsors. Tails at the Barkery, Orange Pest Control, Zone 6 Reapers, Natwick Insurance. Shot blocked by Summer Snaith. And we will be back with basketball next week. Again, this is the first of 10 for the Vipers this year here on Brevard Sports Network. Dr. Benny Shaw wanting maximum exposure for his program, doing the absolute right thing here. Again, this is a process from start to finish, and Dr. Shaw is all over it, not just with developing his young team, but making sure these girls get the exposure, and no better exposure than getting it right here on Brevard Sports Network. We still have time. We still have a slot available for either a boys or a girls team. If you're interested, get in touch. Otherwise, what we do is we'll fill in with other county games, and those will be the matchups of the week. And, of course, we will broadcast the Cape Coast Conference Girls Basketball Tournament once again this year, as we did last year, the boys as well. I don't know that you'll see as much basketball this year with all of the soccer. It'll be a lot of both sports this year, and we'll really get amped up here after Thanksgiving. That's about usually when we kick our winter sports off. We get through the football portion of this thing, which that schedule's really been screwed up because of the storms, Hermine and Milton. We've had to push a lot of things back, a lot of reschedules. So we're really going to go deep into the month of November. Probably a lot longer than we normally would. 3-point shot, good by Shea, Carrie Shea. So, like, normally for football, the regional finals is the Friday after Thanksgiving, but that's not the case this year. And stolen away by Anderson, and Carroll with it. Carroll, Snaith, no call. 4:40 to go. And checking in is Jada Eidmiller. So thank you to Tails at the Barkery. And there's our buddies from Natwick Insurance, Eric Natwick. Corner three is good. 69-29. The lead is 70. Did I say 70? I meant to say 1 point from 70. Actually, the lead is 68-29. The lead is 39 by math. And back down the floor comes Space Coast. Stolen away nicely by Summer Snaith. My goodness, if you're Coach Castillo, you absolutely have got to be thrilled with what you just saw there. It's 3:35 to go. Castillo's going to stop the clock here with 3:32 to go because 68-31. But he absolutely loved what he saw there. And so, Snaith stealing that ball away, down like they are, still out here hustling on the floor. That's a great job. So, yeah, I apologize to all of you soccer and basketball enthusiasts out there, but, football has pushed us back, and it's just been crazy with the scheduling. So here we go. Probably the final clock stoppage of the night. Now, if you're interested in seeing the end of this tournament, that'll be Thursday. We will not have that for you here, but it looks like Space Coast is going to take on Vero Beach in that one. What a beautiful three-point shot that was by Iriana. Is that Iriana? No, that was Javea Anderson. Javea Anderson with a three-point shot, 71-31. Snaith, whistle and a foul. Snaith will go to the line, where she will shoot two. I want to thank all of you out there for tuning in here tonight. .230 and nothing but the bottom of the net for Snaith. 71-32 as we wind down here. Bounce pass over to Anderson. Back over to Jalea Anderson. Out on the floor right now is Jalea Anderson and Zanaya Anderson. Under 2 to go. And another three just for good measure from Julia Rhodes. That's her 5th three of the night. She has 20 of the 35, I believe, if my math is correct in my head. There's a good possibility it's not. And we're going to get a jump ball, but it's not going to matter. 90 seconds to go. Checking in is number 22, Isa Rennert. Snaith underneath, too far underneath, stolen away. 1 minute to play, 71-35. Corner three, no good. Rebound by Rhodes. Rhodes is our player of the game. And Jay's going to take a timeout to get a player in. I like it. Trying to get everybody in here in the preseason. Not always the case in the regular season, and that's one of the things as a varsity player, a young varsity player, a lot of times it's hard to swallow is playing time. I think it's a big reason why we see so many high school transfers because, you know, somebody thinks that they don't get playing time here, they're going to get it there, and they go there, and they find out the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And I cannot tell you from my experiences in all sports how often that happens. 71-35, 53 seconds to go. Julia Rhodes set to inbound here. And jump ball called. 20 seconds to go, so that'll wrap it up for us here as they get set to inbound because as soon as the horn blows, we're going to end it. Congratulations to Dr. Benny Shaw and his Space Coast Lady Vipers on an absolutely impressive performance tonight. When you go down this roster, there isn't one player on this roster that did not perform to expectations tonight. From Felicia Carroll, Lashia Walker, Adriana Livingston, Ariana Kitchen, Javia Anderson, Victoria Johnson, Zanya Smith, Layla Mangum, Kamaya Jenkins, Jamila Anderson, all of them. Fantastic night. And for Merritt Island Christian, didn't never quit, put 35 on the board. It's just a really, really, really good Space Coast team. So, once again, your final score, the Space Coast Vipers 71, the Merritt Island Christian Cougars 35. Dr. Benny Shaw and Jay Castillo down on the court. We'll be back next week with more Space Coast Vipers basketball for our primary sponsor tonight, Orange Pest Control. I'm Alan Slaughterzinski. Have a great night, everybody. And one more time, the Vipers 71, the Cougars 35.